Aloha, everyone. It's so good to be home. I am Reverend Rita, for those of you who don't know me. This is Reverend Patrick over here, and Michael and Carrie Fox, our musical directors. And Patrick and I have been away, or just 1 week. And we want to thank Reverend Diane for holding down the center last weekend, and just so appreciated because it was so wonderful for us to be able to go away together. We haven't been able to really do that. So we'll talk more about that later, but thank you, Reverend Diane. So here we are, and the first thing that's going to happen today is I'm going to turn the time over to Reverend Patrick to do our announcements.
Hello. There's a new sheriff in town. That would be me. I'm going to do announcements just a little bit different. And in your program, you have all this information, times, dates. Over there, if you'll notice where that lovely board is over there, that all of the prices, everything that's going on here. So I'm just going to highlight. How would you like that? So the first thing I know is that Science Mind magazines are in, and Zero Limits, can we hear it? They are in. There's 8 left, so I would really go afterwards, right? 2 left out of 10? It doesn't matter. I'll talk later. But anyway, there's 10 of them, and I know that they're still here. And if they're not, hallelujah. Okay, so new member orientation is right after service today. What that means is we've never had one before, so it would be for anybody who wants to know a little bit more about the actual philosophy of what we're doing here, and if you're interested in becoming a member. So that's after service today. Next Sunday is New Member Sunday, so we get to sing the face of God to you. This Wednesday is Anna Spiritual Circles, Princeville. Details in your program. And one big thing, Lidgate Cleanup. Lidgate Cleanup. Can we say that? Lidgate Cleanup. This Saturday, 7:30 a.m. And we do it. We're a big contributor to Lidgate, and we are there to support and help on that day. So that is on Saturday. And it's Earth Day as well. Right. And we'll pray for you as well. And then I'm just trying to keep the announcements moving on. Hello, Michelle in Singapore. And next Sunday is Men and Women's Group. Please bring snacks. Please bring snacks. And also Deborah Valentina, where are you? She's right over here. If you're interested in the mini golf women's outing, that's who you go to. She has all the details. Now, flying solo, that is Rita and I's workshop, just a new addition to that. Some of the idea of performance scared some people. Here's how it works. 6 weeks. It is a self-discovery workshop, and at the end of it, it isn't about performing, it's about finding your story and your characters that live in your mind and giving them a voice. That is what it's about. So I just want everyone to, get the performance anxiety out of the way. You don't have to do anything you want, but the 6 weeks are very, very valuable. And Spiritainment concert the end of the month, April 30th, and it's going to be wonderful. Guests will be added to it. So how do you like that? 2 minutes, 1.5, whatever it is. And if I miss something, where do we go? Over to that board over there and in your program. And I will find out about those little books. There you go. You can clap now. There you go.
Thank you, Reverend Patrick. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, we love you, Michelle. And we think you do the announcements just amazingly wonderful. Yes. So, okay, so with that all done, let's just put it all out of the way. We know where to find it if we want it. And we can just bring ourselves right here and right now as we light our peace candle. And remember that peace, that love and light and energy begins within ourselves and then radiates out into the world from there. There is nothing that can happen on the outside that doesn't start from first cause, which is within ourselves. So let's start there and take a deep breath into that peace within. As we enter a time now where we get to just let go and just center. So take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. Let yourself just relax into your chair. This is your time to just be. And I have a little seed thought to take in from this thing called You by Ernest Holmes. Realizing that the spirit within me is love, and being fully conscious of this divine presence as the sustaining principle of my life, I open my thought to its influx. I open my consciousness to its outpouring. Realizing that the spirit within me is love and being fully conscious of this divine presence as the sustaining principle of my life, I open my thought to its influx. I open my consciousness to its outpouring. Enjoy your time. realizing that the Spirit within me is love, and being fully conscious of this divine presence as the sustaining principle of my life, I open my thought to its influx. I open my consciousness to its outpouring. And so what I know in this very moment as we take a deep breath together and let it out slowly, as we bring ourselves back into the awareness of the room around us and the people sitting next to us and life itself living and breathing through us. I know there is one principle of life, one spirit, one source, one power. We are all expressing that thing so perfectly, so individually, and so amazingly, magnificently. We are love. I know that. And I know that as we express that love today during this service, that we become even more and more aware. There's a place within us that knows that perfection, that knows that sustaining power of all life. And I claim that we bring that forward today as we listen, as we speak, as we pray, as we sing, as we talk, as we commune. Spirit is working itself through and as us in every moment, that presence of love. So as I claim that I have great thanksgiving for what transpires here today, knowing that it unfolds perfectly for each of us, as I release this word, as I release it as law into law, and I know that it is done as we say it together. And so it is. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Michael and Carrie. So we're going to do a little chant today. It's in your program. And it's a song by Karen Drucker called I Send My Love Over the Ocean, or over the mountains. And as and wherever we send it out, we're sending it out because we start from within and then we send it out. And today I just would like to give a special aloha to our friends in Toronto where we just came from, because they care so much about us and so much that they travel here every year as a group to see us. And I just want us to just send some love out to them, and also to send some love out to whoever we want to send love out across that ocean. All right, so as we sing that song, just think of that. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the seas. I send my love up to the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the seas. I send my joy up to the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my peace over the mountains. I send my peace over the seas. I send my peace up to the heavens, and it returns to me. Let's add our power. I send my power over the mountains. I send my power over the seas. I send my power up to the heavens, and it returns to me. Let's just go back to love one last time. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the seas. I send my love up to the heavens, and it returns beautiful. Thank you.
Yes,
So-
aloha. We found out when we were gone that so many people are actually watching us on live stream that we did not know, and it's really making a big difference to them. We just don't know that. Oh, Maureen.
Maureen, even
Yeah,
in Kalaheo,
and we don't really get to keep track of it, but when people start quoting you when you're somewhere, then you know that they've been watching.
And it makes them feel connected,
feel
especially
very
people that may
connected.
not have a center somewhere or a place, a spiritual community. It does make them feel connected. So I'm so grateful for technology and what it does for us. It's a blessing. So welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. I come back from a trip and I see so many new faces. It's just like amazing. Old faces too, but new faces. And in case you don't know what we practice here, we just come here every Sunday to remember who we are, which is we are spiritual beings. That's what we are. We're spiritual beings living in a spiritual universe. Everything is spiritual. Even the physical world is spiritual, because behind it is spirituality all the time. There's spirit moving and living and breathing through all of creation. And we are spiritual beings living in a spiritual universe governed by our use of the law of cause and effect. That is principle put very simply. And that is what we come here to remember every Sunday, and why we take classes, and why we keep ourselves uplifted in any way that we can, do our spiritual practice, so that we can remember that at all times, and it makes our life so much brighter, even in the midst of turmoil or chaos. It makes it brighter, and it helps us. And because we know the challenges that we're facing it with something bigger than what we are in our finite mind, that there is that power behind us that's really moving and living, breathing through us. So, yeah, that was a little long-winded today. But
And it's okay. We're just excited to be home.
Yeah.
That's what this is all about. Yeah, we're just excited. Yeah, a week is a week. But the reason I'm standing here like this is because since we left, there seems to be a little light. A little light on it. Thank you, Rob, for installing these little lights
Apparently,
that we have right here.
Spent 2
I'm not
days
quite
installing
sure how
lights.
well it makes me look, but it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. Yeah, do you see? Yeah.
I could feel it on my face. They always tell you as
You
an
know, it's
actor,
as simple
stay
as
your
the things that
light, so-
excite us, is it not? I mean, so who is here speaking of the first time, for the very first time in this beautiful space? And we have you, we have, back there, Well, you can put your hands down now,
Wow.
because let me tell you, we know something about you that was delivered to us before you got here. Yeah. And so I would just like to tell you what it is. Let me just get through this. Just kidding. Okay, you ready? Let's let them know.
You are magnificent.
Yes. You were expecting something more over here? He's like, and that would be it? I mean, I was waiting for something a little bit more. But we know that about you because we know that about ourselves. So let's join together. I am magnificent. Now look to your left or right, whoever is by you, and let them know how magnificent they are.
Better look at me first.
You are magnificent. You're magnificent.
You are magnificent
You-
over here.
you are.
Oh, hi, everybody. Hi, you're new.
Yes.
You are magnificent. You are magnificent.
Wow. Yes. Thank you. So are you. It's so funny how that works. You're magnificent. All right, let's rein in the love fest. There. You are magnificent. Thank you. It's the only time that pointing is really fun. You're magnificent. You're magnificent. So shall we open this up? Michael and Carrie, we missed you as well.
You guys want to stand up for a minute?
I think
Come
so.
on.
We haven't.
Yes.
We've heard this song, but we haven't sang it yet.
That's
All
right.
right.
Oh,
It's a
that's
new
right.
month. Well, yeah,
It's
we
all
debuted
about
it
everything
last.
new this month. Everything new.
It's okay to dance.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
It's time to celebrate this love I have inside. It's time to celebrate this joy of being alive. So let's flow, 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 and let's go, go, go with this feeling that I have. And let's celebrate, celebrate, celebrate everything new. We're gonna celebrate, celebrate, celebrate everything new. A new me, fresh start, one strong and beating heart. We're gonna celebrate, celebrate, celebrate everything new. It's time to celebrate this love I have inside. It's time to celebrate this joy of being alive. So let's flow, 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 and let's go, go, go with this feeling that I have. We're gonna celebrate, celebrate, celebrate everything new. I'm gonna celebrate, celebrate, celebrate everything new. A new me, a fresh start, one strong and beating heart. We're gonna celebrate, celebrate, celebrate everything new.
So what I know about that is that I'm celebrating right now, and I claim this service as a celebration of everything that's new. I let go of the old and just let the new come through me right here and right now and expand to even higher heights. And I know that for all of us as we celebrate today. So I just let it go, and I give gratitude in advance, and I just say, and so it is.
Oh, it is.
So let's celebrate, celebrate, celebrate everything new.
You guys got this, come on.
We're gonna celebrate, celebrate, celebrate everything new. A new me, a fresh start, one strong and beating heart. We're gonna celebrate, celebrate, celebrate everything new. Woo!
Woohoo! Oh, it's good to howl again.
Well, woo! Oh God, hold on.
Wow, give him an inch.
We got the pack here today. The pack is strong.
Wow, it's good to be home.
So we're just shaking things up a little bit and changing things around, and we decided that we're just gonna just go right into my talk. Oh my God, there's so many things that are happening inside my head that it was hard to know where to start. So, well, you all know we were in Toronto last week. We said it a million times, yay, Toronto. And you all know, if you watched Facebook, that I was very cold. And my my daughter let me know that, not my daughter, my sister actually, who's only 8 years younger than me, let me know I was now an old person because I had to live in a hot climate. And I said, I said, no, I am just making a choice to live in a warm climate. Because I love Toronto, it's a beautiful place, but it's a lot of work to put all those clothes on. And when I got off the plane after I got there and traveled for 15 hours, my feet were in Uggs for 15 hours, and my feet were swollen. I looked down, I was like, that's not possible, I can wear shoes for 15 hours. And they couldn't. So when I gave my little talk there, I had to show them that I had my toes done. So I just, I took my shoes off for my talk. If you watch the talk in Toronto, you'll see me showing my feet. Anyway, yeah, so, but it's a new experience, and everything in life is a new experience. And in order to, everything is new, and if we can just look at it and welcome the new, then, we don't get so caught up in our old ways and stifle ourselves. And I bring this to our minds, like my mind, that sometimes my mind gets overcrowded with things that I don't need to be thinking about. And I keep thinking about them. And if we're thinking about things over and over and over and repeating those thoughts of things that don't serve us, then we don't have any room for inspiration. And I don't know about you, but I want to have room for lots of inspiration. I want to grow and I want to expand. And I don't think I'm at my limit. I'm just growing along with you. I'm just getting bigger and more expressive and letting more out of that presence of God that's within me, and just letting it guide the way and let me know what's mine to do. But I can't do that if I focus on things that don't serve me. And if I don't deal with them, I face them, I deal with them, and then let them go. So I read this thing about quantum physics, that it says energy and possibility, called energy and possibility. And it says when we pay attention to anything, positive or negative, we are observing it and causing it to collapse into form. The result shows up in the circumstances of our lives. Now, we call that the field of unlimited potential in science of mind, so it's the same thing. I mean, these people all through the ages have been telling us the same thing, that what we focus on grows. So it's like everything is coming from within us. Some people don't want to accept that, But when you accept that, it becomes very powerful because you realize that I can look out, I'm creating what's out there by what I'm thinking about it, by my perception of it. And I can change my perception of it in any moment and therefore change the experience. And if you don't believe it, try it. So I'm going to give you an example from my own life. So one of the things that a lot of people deal with, I know, and I have dealt with through the ages, is prosperity, is having finances in my life that allow me to have the life that I want to have and to feel relaxed and not stressed about money. I used to wake up in the middle of the night in panic attacks about money back in the old days and how am I going to pay that bill, blah, blah, blah. But through spiritual practice and through starting to focus on prosperity instead and doing my work in my mind, I was able to switch things around. And like, for instance, this trip to Toronto, I mean, to some people that wouldn't seem like a big thing. But at one time, that would have been a really big thing in my life to come up with that money and to come up with the ability for both of us to go. And, but I knew that we could. So when I made, and it's not about credit, it's about just knowing that you can, you've got the money, but you hold on to things because you're afraid if you don't hold on to it, nothing else is going to come in. When I learned that if you let go, more comes in. It's called the law of circulation. Duh, it works. The more you hold on, the more it can't fill you up again. It just can't, no matter what you're talking about. If you hold on to it, whether it's your time and talent, your energy, whatever, you create like a stagnation. So I let go of the money. Then the next thing that happens, we do our taxes, and we get a large tax bill. Well, first of all, instead of going into like a panic about it, I went to our accountant, I said, this is a really good thing. This means I made more money this year. And he says, yeah, that means better wine. And I said, okay. Anyway, but I could have gone into a panic and, oh my God, now I planned this trip to Toronto, and now, oh my God, we're gonna have to come up with this money for our taxes and blah, 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 blah. But I didn't do it because I know that if I'm looking out and I'm forming what's gonna happen by how I put my energy out there. Energy, what did I just say? We're observing it and it causes it to collapse into form, and the result shows the circumstances of our life. So if I had gone to that place about the taxes and why didn't I da-da-da, I would have created a horrible spiral of downward. I know it, but I didn't. Instead I said, you know what? The money's gonna be there to pay the taxes. It has to be, because this is my belief. When the universe makes a demand upon itself, anything in your life, you're making a demand upon the universe, and the universe has to say yes. So it had to say yes to me, and it did. So I paid the taxes yesterday, or we did. It was done. So, right. So, and I know that same thing for our center, because I know that we put our money out every month into the community. We don't hold on to it. We spend what we have to spend here, and we pay the people we have to pay and all that. But before that ever goes out, 10% is put aside to give out into the world. And it's sitting there, and we give it out. Like this month, some of it went to Lidgate Park. Different organizations on Kauai, different centers on other parts of the continent, wherever. We do that. We don't wait until we think we have enough money to do it. We do it because we know that as we give, we create this like spiral, circulation wheel of giving and taking and giving and taking and giving and taking. Now, an opposite thing, I'm going to give you an example of negative. That was a positive. So we're in Toronto, and this person is very weird, very scared about money. They have a lot of issues there because of their dollar, and I get it. I get their dollars like in a bad place. It was good for us because we're coming from America, but I get it. But she was very upset and very stressed, and we were trying to convince her. Never try to convince another person, because that doesn't work. It just exhausts you. Never try to convince another person that everything's going to be all right when they think everything's not going to be all right. As Emma Carter Hopkins would say, and she's a healer from the 1900s, if you don't know who she is, or 19th century, just pray silently. So anyway, but this person was going on and on and on. Guess what happened? Now, I'm sorry. She walked out to her car, and she had a $150 ticket on her car. We live in a quantum universe. We're creating energy all the time. And then I wanted to say to her, don't worry, you're going to be able to pay that because you've made a demand upon the universe, but she didn't want to listen to me, so I just shut up. So, but what I'm saying is we create our reality. It doesn't just happen accidentally. So the more that we can make room for a new way of thinking, the more the new is going to come into our lives, and we're going to expand our lives, and we're going to be so amazing. And as soon as we're amazing, we get to put that amazing light out into the world. We don't want to put out that other crap, because who wants to hear it and who wants to see it? And we affect everyone because we're all living in one mind. We are all living in one consciousness together. Everything we do affects everyone else. So, yeah. So I believe that everything happens in my life, I've summoned it there for some reason. I summoned the taxes there to maybe to know more about how my prosperity. Everything isn't negative. Everything is really, when we say it's good, we mean it. Now, it's not like, oh, like if something, let's say something in your life is like really off kilter. We don't go, oh, that's good. That's good that you're sick. No, that's not what it means. But it's good in that it's helping you to raise your consciousness. It's a challenge for you because we're ever evolving and ever moving upward. We're not going down. We're going up. We might be all going at our own pace, but we're all going up. So, in our Declaration of Principles, which there's some, they're on the table over there, but we have one. These were written by Ernest Holmes. We believe in our own soul, our own spirit, and our own destiny, for we understand that the life of all is God. We believe in our own soul, our own spirit, and our own destiny, for we understand that the life of all is God. So, when I put this in here before, I don't know why I put it in there, but now I do know why I put it in there, because what I'm saying is we're all experiencing the life of God. If you don't like the word God, use some other word. I don't care. Some people have bad rap on God. So use light, use energy, use source. But what we're living from our whole life is nothing else but that. That source and that power. So if we can just get in touch with that, and sometimes to get in touch with that, we have to look away from what's happening first and go within and focus on what's within and then start to look out again. Now this happens, it doesn't always happen like really quickly. It takes time to develop a consciousness that's disciplined. And that's why we say that trained thought is more powerful than untrained thought. Because we have millions of thoughts every day but we're not our thoughts. We're the thinker who thinks our thoughts. We're bigger than our thoughts. We're the life of God expressing as each and every one of us. So we're either creating from that or we're creating from a bunch of old memories. Have you noticed on Facebook lately? I don't know when this started, but they started putting like memories, like you click on something and your memories come up from 2 years ago. And, usually because I put really nice things on Facebook, they're usually good memories. But still, I'm thinking, why? Why are we doing that? Why are we going back and just continually looking at our memories when we should be living right here and right now? Like Joe Vitale says in his book, Zero Limits, we're either creating from memories or we're creating from inspiration. Well, the mind of God is an inspired mind. And when we can let all that other stuff like move out of the way, we'll have room for the divine influx that he talked about in the meditation to move through us. But if we get it all crowded up with all that other crap, and all those things that tell us we're not good enough and tell us that we can't and tell us that we're too old, and so, we'll talk about that. No, I never feel that way. Really, I don't. It's really amazing. I mean, I don't. If we can get those little things that hold us back out of the way, we can open up to the divine influx. And I believe that we can do it like one step at a time. One step at a time. Like, don't try to jump ahead like too fast and try to get over there to be a millionaire, if that's what you want out of your life, when you are having trouble paying your bills. Just know that you can pay your bills. Just start paying them. As soon as you let go and start paying them, even if it's a small amount, whatever it is that you can pay, do it. Start putting your faith into action. Start living from a place of faith and use spiritual mind treatment or whatever you use. We use spiritual mind treatment, which I don't know if you know what that is, but we're glad to tell you more about it, and we're glad to treat with you and pray with you, but what it is the time, process, and method necessary to changing our thought. Treatment is clearing the thought of negation and doubt and fear and causing it to perceive the ever-presence of God. So, what it does is it moves all that other stuff out of there and reveals the presence of God within us. And it works. How many here have used it and know that it works? Very good. I love that. Keep using it. You don't have to be a practitioner to use it. You can use it in your life. And if you don't know what it is, ask somebody and they'll help you with it. It's very, very powerful. So, yeah. So what I just would say is today, just pick one thing. If there's something in your life you want to change, just don't go for the whole shopping list. Just pick one thing that you want to make better. And I mean, like for me, just one thing. I'm always expanding. Like I said, I'm always growing. So one thing that I want to expand in my life, one thing that I want to make better, one thing I want to let go of and have more of something else. Just pick one and start there. Because I think one step at a time is the place to go. Start right where we are. Don't throw ourselves out into the ocean and we'll drown. Just, you know what I'm saying. Just start right where we are, one thing at a time. So that is my message, and I am going to read you a beautiful quote I found. Our responsibility to do this, because as we become bigger and more expansive and more loving to ourselves, then we are more loving to others and more expansive, and we live more expansive lives. And so it says, wonder comes from a new perception. Wonder fades with repetition. All that is needed to create wonder is to let things be new. Open yourself to the possibility, to feeling and seeing your world differently. And where is the switch? Inside. Aloha. And now we will have some inspiration from the beautiful Carrie and Michael Fox. Thank you.
Well, we are excited to share an original composition that we wrote called A Time That Was.
Holding the torch, walking through the tunnel's chambers, lighting the way to remembrance. The moonlight shines through the keyhole, through the forest green. The ancient melodies speak to me through the circle of fire. As I reach my hand and touch the earth, I bow my head in reverence for the ancestors who have traveled here before us. We are the ones who have gathered before to hold and speak nothing of the ancient mystery that lies within our souls. The keepers of the flame, the guardians of the mystery, longing to see you again. For you are forever residing within my soul.
Michael, that was the most beautiful moment that you just missed right here. I stood up and it was just kind of like, maybe not. See, it's spontaneity. I love it. Making room for the new. So like I said, we're just moving things up here a little bit, changing things up. It's good, right? You start to get static if you don't change things up. Socrates, do you remember him? One of our more modern day, yes. But what's amazing is, before I even tell you what Socrates had to say, it's amazing that they've been telling us all of this for a very long time. Isn't it amazing? Thousands of years and thousands of years later. He says, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. And that's kind of where I'm going today. I know that when we went to Toronto, we act like we never get out, right? I tell you, right? We went to Toronto, it's a whole week, wow. But what I got about that is, when I first went there, I realized that comparing is deadly. Have you ever been there? When you compare things, compare people, compare your job, compare whatever it is. And what I did not want to do is be in Toronto in that new experience and be thinking, well, it's hotter in Kauai, even though our pictures may have thought that that's what we were thinking. But I was actually having fun with the whole idea that everything was new. And I lived in New York for about 8 years, New York City, and it was just fun, but it's a lot of work. It was a lot of work. You got to go down and get your coffee, and you get and then you're bringing it up, and then you're out there slipping and sliding. And I just was taking every moment. The best moment I had was when I first got there, and a window washer guy came up. We were on the 16th floor, which made me think of all of you, if you were here for my elevator dream, that I only got to the 6th floor in my dream. Here I was on the 16th. So that meant I was going up. And my consciousness was going up. And so anyway, so this guy, like a Spider-Man, flips against the window, and it goes. And I'm like going, holy moly, that guy is dangling outside of the window, cleaning the windows, right? And I couldn't even go near him because I was like getting that feeling like, I'm going out now. But anyway, so being Spider-Man, if you didn't know that, I was Spider-Man for 10 years. It brought me back to some memories that I never did. But I was good at signing autographs, man, but that's about where I stopped. But anyway, I start to do something very, very spiritual and creepy. I started taking pictures of him. So he's like out the window, and he's like, and I'm going. So anyway, they're on Facebook. But what I learned about that experience, it had nothing to do with spirituality, except for the fact that I'm amazed at what other people can do. When you really think about it, that this man is dangling, trusting, yeah, I brought it back. You know where I was going. Trusting that he could dangle. It wasn't even on one of those platform things. No, he was actually tied, and they were lifting him down 33 floors. And I just looked at him and was so glad that it was him. that and it wasn't me. But it made me think about trust, right? That takes an incredible amount of trust, and I hope they're paying him well. And I thought, what is this whole idea of we're talking today about making room for the new. And I do think Socrates got it down, because we're focusing on a lot of what we don't want. And even in this philosophy, we spend time, what don't I want? What do you want is really the question that I'm really honoring. Obviously, that man wants to dangle out of 33 floors, dangling going down. I don't want that. But I do want that trust. I do want that kind of trust in my life. That I can trust exactly what it is that I'm experiencing and be able to really, really go there with it. We talk a lot about clearing. And this, especially with Ho'oponopono and this zero limits. And I'm laughing about it because we did a workshop in Toronto, and it was really well attended because it had the word Ho'oponopono. And people were like, something new, you know, another way to clear. And I'm thinking, and it's true. But where I'm at, and I want to be really clear about this philosophy, because I want it to be, it's about, for me, giving up the mediator. Scary, right? Because we are dependent on things, people. We're dependent on guys hanging out the window and cleaning our windows because we can't do it. And that's kind of where I believe our philosophy is. We do need tools. We do need things to have. But at the end of the day, I have to know that I am the direct connect to Source. I may need help along the way. We may have to do a treatment for you. That's what we're here to do. We are not a philosophy that is sending people out the door with no love and no assistance. But the assistance that I want to be really clear, and what's really good is if it doesn't fit for you, that's all right too. We're about making room. But what we are really knowing is that there is no time in your life that you are not the direct connect to Source. You can count on it, you can depend on it, and you can live from it. And sometimes that can be a little scary because that feels like a lot of responsibility. We say we create the reality, but everybody goes, the minute we say that, it goes to, I did this, I did that, what we don't want. What we're going to, what we do want, is to use this power fully. I was thinking on the computer, not that I'm a whiz about that at all, but I was thinking about, and I wrote it down. There's a place where you want to clear your cookies and cache or whatever that thing is. I'm so technical, you know. It says all selected items will be cleared. Ooh. Oh my God! It was like, you know, and I like bolded it like 24 font. All selected items will be cleared. And did you know? I had fear. I was like, not everything. I'll be walking around like, hello, nothing will be left. Who am I? And then it says, oh, and then it went on to make it worse for me. It says, this action cannot be undone. Holy moly, feels so final. Oh yeah, we laugh because we know metaphorically we're holding on to that stuff, are we not? Well, I don't want to clear it all. And it reminds me of my dad. Because there was a lot of times I wanted to undo all of that. And I didn't mind the fact that this action cannot be undone. But then when I really looked at it, and I looked at it deep within my consciousness, someone said to me one time, if you could pluck the events out of your life, would you do it? If you would select the items and they would all be cleared, would you do it? And I, with all my bitching for all of those years about my family situation, I couldn't do it. Because every moment, even if it felt like living hell, it is what makes me who I am today. And if we can really, really stand by that, not condone it, not say, wasn't that lovely? Wasn't that good? No, we're not trying. I'm saying, yeah, wasn't that fantastic? Because if you plucked one of those memories out of my life, none of the rest would be the same. Makes you think, right? So I want to make room for the new. I'm done with all of that. I bless it, though. I wrap myself around it. And I say, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All selected items will be cleared. The one that really kicks me, though, is that action can't be undone. Because in our philosophy, guess what? It can always be undone. Surprise! Exactly. I have a right in any moment to change my mind. I can clear it, and I can change my mind. That's how you make room for the new, by focusing. Socrates was so right. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. We keep thinking that that day is going to come when I finally have fought the old, and then I can get on with the business of my life. That is the biggest joke for me, because I'm going to get on with the business of my life right here by focusing on all of the things that I am, and all the things that I can be, and everything that we are, and that is the power of good that I get to use in every moment of my life. I love you. I absolutely love you. Thank you. And when we were in Toronto, last Toronto phrase, we really realized that we were a global community. Those people, Toronto, those people in Auburn, those people in California, they're on our side, man. They're really sitting there on our side, and it really was a wise thing for Rita and I to do, to go there, because they were able to feel Kaua'i, and we were able to do that. So, I will leave you with this. And I want you to really take it in. It has nothing to do with clearing your house, but it was very powerful from Eckhart Tolle. And he says, "You are not just a meaningless fragment in an alien universe, briefly suspended between life and death, allowed a few short-lived pleasures, followed by pain and ultimate alienation. Underneath your outer form, you are connected with something," and really hear this, "something so vast, so immeasurable, and sacred that it can't even be spoken of. Yet I am speaking it now. I am speaking of it now not to give you something to believe in, but to show you how you can know it for yourself." Namaste.
Okay, so this is our time of affirmative giving, and knowing that as we give, we do receive. We're grateful for every contribution that comes into the center. We're grateful for the time and talent that's given to us, and just your very presence here. So let's read the prosperity affirmation together. It's in your program, and it says, "Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I give freely today, knowing that it returns to me abundantly." Yay.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me, and I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me, and I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful.
what I know right here and right now, as these baskets continue to go around the room, and this beautiful consciousness that is in this room. And I do know that it is a beautiful consciousness, each one of us, an amazing light and energy of God. And I give thanks for everything that has been given today in all ways. And I know that it is good, and I know it goes forth to heal and prosper and bless, just like we said to begin with, that it has to do that. It goes out and it comes back to us millionfold in all kinds of wonderful ways. I know that, and I just, with that thanks in my heart, just release my word as law. I know it's done, as we say together.
And so it is. Okay, we're going to pop right into our closing, and we're going to do a little something different with our thank yous today. Are you ready? That means you can stand.
Do you have your list?
Yes.
Where is it? Where is it?
I have it right here.
Okay.
Ooh, ready?
Breathe in this moment.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. Let's do it.
Thank you for your consciousness, for sure. We got Luis up here as well.
I can see clearly now
The rain is gone, and I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now, the pain is gone. And all of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies.
And what I know right here, right now, is that this is a day of celebration. This is a day that we have come together to remember who we are. This is a day of gratitude, a day of love. And of gratitude, what I know is that I am so grateful for Deb and Sue, who greeted us all today as we came in here. I'm grateful for the announcements. I'm grateful for Michelle in Singapore. I'm grateful for everything here. I am grateful for Roseanne, who delivers these programs weekly, and Rob, who allows us to go out into a global community. I am so grateful for the largeness, for the bigness. Look at these plants by Jai here, absolutely. And then Stephanie, who just is in that bookstore for Zero Limits, that everybody will be rushing to go get. That's right. And for Ron Stover, who does so much for us on a continuous basis. I am so grateful for Louise, who's drumming his way into our hearts right here, right now. And Janice, who stands here every week and sits here in consciousness for the future of our children that are coming here. I am so grateful for it all. I am grateful for Reverend Rita. I am grateful for Reverend Patrick. I am grateful for every single person in this room. And I am so grateful for that beautiful, beautiful music of Michael and Carrie that you thought I could even forget, really? And what I know is that we have come together once again to see clearly from who we are. And we just say yes. Can you say yes with me? Yes. And we let it be. We let it go as together we say, and so it is.
Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. bright, bright, sunshiny day.
Come on, guys.
It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. One more time.
Here we go.
It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny
Yeah. There you go. I think there's some traditional pound cake over on that table over there. By Ron
Some other
Stover.
and some other goodies. And we'll start our meeting in about 15 minutes. All right.
All right.
How you doing today? Good. I'm Ron. Oh, nice to meet you.